In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 grab-and-go breakfast items my family and I actually eat every week. They take just a few minutes to make, and some could even be prepped ahead of time. First up is a fruit salad, and my kids eat a ton of fruit, so keeping this fruit salad prepped in my fridge is a must. I'll start with 1 whole pineapple, cut off the rind, and never buy that pre-cut fruit. It's just marked up like 3 times as expensive. Cut it yourself, and you'll save a lot of money. Cut that core off, and then I'll just cut this pineapple into chunks. And I like the fruit salad for breakfast because there's so many different combinations of fruit that you could use. I have blueberries and strawberries. You want to make sure you always wash your berries, so I'm going to run them under some cold water. And then I have this fruit and vegetable wash. It's very convenient. It's all natural ingredients. Spray that on, let that sit for like 30 seconds. I'll cut the rest of my pineapple and I'll put aside what I'm not going to use for this fruit salad and put it in the fridge. Give my berries one more good rinse, and then I'll just cut these strawberries into chunks and put them aside with my pineapple. Next, I'm going to add in some grapefruit, and I'm going to show you the best way to cut a grapefruit. Take your grapefruit, cut the ends off, and then just follow the rind down with your knife like so. You want to keep your knife as close to the flesh as possible, and any of this white pith that remains, you want to remove that. It's very bitter. You should be left with something like this. I like to add a little Greek yogurt to the bottom of my bowl for some added protein. And just take your knife, and you want to make a V-shaped cut for all the grapefruit segments like so. So you're left with a perfect grapefruit supreme, just like this. Repeat that process for the whole grapefruit, and I promise you this is the best way to cut it. Add in the blueberries and the strawberries, as well as the pineapple, and this can be put in a to-go container if you have to take it on the go. I like to use raw organic honey and drizzle that over the top of the fruit, and finish it with some torn mint leaves. Make this the morning of, or prep it in your fridge the night before. Next, we're going to make some eggs, and this is a toad in the hole or bird in the nest, whatever you want to call it. It's delicious. You want to take a piece of bread, and you want to cut out a hole in the center of that bread. I'm using a mason jar, and we're pretty much just going to cook the egg in the center of that bread. I like to crack the egg in a separate bowl in case I get any shells in there. I can take them out. So I'm going to add to a hot skillet some butter, the bread, and then the egg in that hole that we made in the bread. Season it with some salt and pepper, and the goal here is to get the bread to toast and the egg to cook at relatively the same time. So I'm going to put a cover on this so the top of the eggs can cook. The whites are starting to set, so I'll take a peek at the bread and I'll see that it's toasted, and at this point I can give it a flip. I like my yolks over medium, so I'll let this go about another 30 seconds. Add that piece of bread we cut out so it could toast up a bit, and then put this on a plate and it's ready to eat. You could cut this right in half and put both pieces together and take it to go as a sandwich. And use that piece of toasted bread to pick up all the egg yolks. Next is another egg dish, and for this one we're going to use the air fryer for convenience. I put these little parchment cutouts on the bottom so cleanup is super easy. Pop in a piece of bread, and we're going to coat this with a little bit of olive oil and just lightly toast this bread at 350 for about 4 minutes. I don't want to get any color on the bread at this point. Take 1 egg and crack it in a separate bowl, and we want to lightly beat it. Again, using a separate bowl to watch out for eggshells. I'm going to season this with some salt and pepper and lightly combine that. Using the back of a spoon, we want to make a little indentation in the bread so the egg mixture has a place to sit. Pour that egg mixture in the little well that we made, and we want to pop this back in the air fryer at 375 for about 3 to 4 minutes just so the eggs could cook like so. Once the eggs are cooked, we'll put in a slice of cheese and put that back in for a minute just so it could melt. Grab this on your way out the door and you get a great breakfast. And you don't have to worry about cleanup, you just have to throw out that parchment paper and everything's clean inside. Next up is a convenient fruit smoothie, and I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and soak them in water. Chia seeds are great because they're high in fiber, so they're going to keep you full longer. Add 1 banana to a blender, as well as frozen mango and some frozen mixed berries. Like the fruit salad, there's a ton of combinations you could do for this fruit smoothie. A great alternative to added sugar is monk fruit extract because it will not spike your blood sugar. A 1/4 teaspoon is plenty because it is pretty strong. Add a little bit of water to help everything blend, and finally some milk. For added protein, you could add a scoop of protein powder as well. Blend everything up, and you could put this in the fridge the night before as well. The chia seeds have soaked up all the water, and you do not want to skip this step. If the chia seeds are not soaked properly, they could really hurt your stomach. Add them to the blended fruit, and this fruit smoothie is ready to enjoy. I put this in a to-go cup for my wife and my kids' thermoses for school. Finally, my favorite item on this list is the best gluten-free banana muffins you will ever have. Preheat the oven to 350 and grab 3 overripe bananas and crack in 3 eggs to those bananas. And these are great for breakfast or if you're craving a sweet snack at night. And these are best to make the night before. Add in a splash of vanilla, cinnamon, as well as salt, baking powder, baking soda. And whenever a baking recipe calls for oil, I replace it with unsweetened applesauce. It gives it the same texture and dramatically cuts down the calories and the fat. And you don't even notice that the oil is missing. Mash all that mixture together, and to add some sweetness, I'm going to use some pure maple syrup. And to keep it gluten-free, we're using almond flour instead of traditional all-purpose flour. I'm not even gluten-free, but this recipe just tastes so good. Add the almond flour to our mixture and give everything a good whisk. Finally, I'm going to add dark chocolate to these banana muffins, and you want to get at least 70% because it gives the health benefits and keeps the sweetness as well. Stir that together and the batter's ready. I don't like those plastic cupcake liners, so I just get these silicone trays instead. This way they pop right out and you never have to worry about if you have those cupcake liners or not. Pour the batter in there and you get 17 cupcakes for this recipe and bake them for about 20 minutes. And as you can see with these silicone muffin pans, they just pop right out. And these muffins are so convenient because I don't have to worry about making my kids breakfast in the morning, and they think they're having a dessert for breakfast when they're really pretty nutritious. So that's 5 grab-and-go breakfast items my family and I actually eat every week. And if you enjoy these recipes, check out this video for 6 different overnight oats recipes.